Shanae Barr. They're here from Plattsburgh State. I believe they're here because they feel this town has an identity crisis, and they want to interview business owners and things like that to see if there is actually an identity to this town. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot with your questions.
Okay, so can you say your name first again?
Patty Waldron.
So Patty is the owner of the Koffee Cat, and
Hold on, I'm gonna go shut that off.
We are live streaming, so.
So we just have a few questions. So how long have you lived in Plattsburgh?
I don't live in Plattsburgh. I live 30 miles outside of Plattsburgh, which you'll be surprised that 30 miles out of Plattsburgh is a completely different place.
I know you said you're not from Plattsburgh, but
I've had the Coffee Cat for 20 years in Plattsburgh.
Why
So.
you pick this place?
I'm sorry?
Why you pick Plattsburgh? Because you said you not live in here, but why you pick your own?
Because this is the only city that the outskirts of the town. I mean, if you went grocery shopping where I live, you'd have to come into Plattsburgh. There's nothing out there but houses and woods. So everybody travels into Plattsburgh for employment.
awesome. So how, other than the store, how connected do you feel to the community? And can you share a few ways that you are, or if you're exceptionally not?
I'm very connected. Yeah, I care deeply about this city. How it evolves. That there's careful consideration and decisions that are made. So very involved, and the characters in this town are second to none.
Thank you. How has Plattsburgh changed since you've had your business here? Have there been any changes that you can see happen?
Many changes. Of course, it starts with administrations too. So, like I said, I've been in the city of Plattsburgh, working downtown on Margaret Street for 20 years. So you go through a lot of mayors with different philosophies, attitudes. So you might have one mayor for 4 years who wants to have a party downtown every day. Then you get another one that might be really conservative. Taxes, whether or not. Am I right about this? You can help me out too, because he's written. So, yeah, right. So, you kind of just go with the flow. But overall, people tend to stay here and still fight to win.
Yeah, so you think that go with the flow kind of attitude is pretty indicative of Plattsburgh and the people here? Do you think they just go with it?
Yeah, I think we all have our opinions, and right now I think there's a lot of offshoot groups that are trying to, for instance, have murals on the buildings, and we're the last stop north. As you know, living in the city, there's Glens Falls. We're the last stop before you hit Canada. So, now it's our turn. We're feeling like everybody's finding Plattsburgh, through the corrections outbreak and stuff like that, but or Donald Trump coming to town, however they find it.
Okay, next question. Are you good? Okay. Next question. What do you do to help define Plattsburgh? If there's one thing you could change about Plattsburgh, what would it be? Or, adversely, if there's one thing you could preserve about Plattsburgh, what would it be?
Well, I always describe the town as it's a place that has absolutely nothing and absolutely everything at the same time. So
What do you mean by
let it unfold slowly and naturally, and we'll be fine.
What do you mean by absolutely nothing and absolutely everything?
If you understand what richness means on a town soul level, then you understand where the richness comes from. So we might not have all of the Macy's and things that people need or want, but we have people power here.
Oh, for sure. When we were walking down the street, I just recognized just how many antique shops were there, and I was just like, I had never seen this many antique shops in my life.
Well, that will give you a clue as to what works,
Yeah.
meaning they don't have money for new.
Right.
So that's why these shops thrive. And it's good to be resourceful and buy secondhand.
Sweet. Okay. Next question. How much of
Thank you.
how much of a city do you like by city definition, whatever your definition of a city is Plattsburgh to you?
It's a very small city. You know, I've been to your city. I know the difference. But that's I guess what makes it like glue, because everybody knows everybody. So it's almost like you have to be dysfunctional out loud because you can't hide it. Where if you're lost in your cities, you're just as dysfunctional, but nobody even knows or cares. Here, you know, it's right out there.
Cool. Next question. Are there any environmental problems in Plattsburgh that concern you?
Of course, there's environmental problems everywhere. It's all very concerning, yes.
Can you name one or the one that jumps out to you?
Well, welcome to Plattsburgh by the mill over on the north side coming into town. It's just kind of like, not very welcoming.
Right. Okay. Next question. So, Plattsburgh is thought of as a real college town. Like the college plays a big part in, I guess college kids come down to the bars and stuff and like contribute to downtown a lot. To the point where one of the people we interviewed even said that downtown may not exist without the college. So we wanted to ask a few questions about what Plattsburgh was like with the absence of the college influence in the summer.
Well, that's when tourist season comes in. So really what happens is switches, which is nice because you kind of get different customers, but yet they're the same vacationers. Like they have their boats over, at the Turtle or wherever they're, placing things. But so you look forward to all those summer people coming in, which lately has been a tremendous amount, especially if the Canadian dollar is doing well. Then we got the Montreal just an hour north, and they love Plattsburgh. They don't have lakes and campsites and things like that, so it doesn't get slower when you guys leave, and that's just from the perspective of a coffee cat. It just changes.
And then, so, do you think that Plattsburgh would significantly change without the college completely?
Hey, you guys are our bread and butter, We understand the deal, and, you come up here and you find us, and many of you actually will come back to Plattsburgh. I've been 20 years with students from everywhere. They always come back to Plattsburgh, some strange little pull. It's like invisible tentacles that will pull you back here, even though when you got here you said, "What the hell is this about?"
Okay. So that's all the questions that we have. You said if you wanted to ask us any questions.
Yeah. So, how long have you been at Plattsburgh State?
This is my 4th year, senior year.
Okay, so you've been here 4 years.
Yeah.
You must have some type of picture of it at this point.
Like, to be completely honest, not really. Like the only time that I've been downtown, like this is my first time at Koffee Cat.
Wow.
So yeah, exactly.
Are you sure?
Definitely gonna order something. Yeah, this is my first time at Koffee Cat. The only other places I've been to, I had to go to the Strand for the.
You've been here 4 years, and you can literally count the places that you've been on one hand.
I've been so.
No, now that's wrong, dude. That's just wrong. You gotta get out, pedestrian.
I'm focused on my studies. I don't know. I don't even go to the bars here.
No, but
Well, you can stay out of the bars, but you gotta get out and get to know people, the locals, and am I right about that? You just gotta get out more.
So
to be honest, I think his answer is a little bit short for me, because he said that this is his first time to come here, and this is his senior year. And when I come here for only 2 years, this isn't That is my second or third time to be in Coffee Cat.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah. So that's how you get to know people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
Yeah,
not going to
so-
go back here unless he starts to get out.
I'm a city kid, you know, like, well, New York City kid, like, big city kid. So, I don't know. I think part of it is, like, places like Plattsburgh aren't exactly new to me. For high school, I went to a boarding school in Massachusetts, Phillips Andover Academy. And
That's like from a different planet from the rest of us, North
Me
Country
too.
kids. Like that is like,
yeah,
wow,
it's,
boarding
it's
school?
mass, yeah. But yeah, so I went out there, and the town had a similar feeling, but I feel like it was definitely more well taken, like the boarding school being there. I was on full scholarship and all that, but I was smart. I was smart, and I got lazy.
Hey, we're not going to punish you for being smart. It's just that we're really jealous that we didn't get that opportunity.
So towns like Plattsburgh weren't exactly new to me. If anything, I felt like there was a little bit of a disconnect coming to like a university because it was like so big, and I'm not exactly the most extroverted guy, so it was hard for me to like find people to like hang out with, and so like I just kept to myself and like really wanted to focus on my studies and like getting my degree. I wasn't like gonna be one of those kids that had to take a break from college and stuff like that. So that's where I guess that bubble formed. So I just wanted to
Gee,
be
wish my kids were like that. They needed a break from college. They're still taking a break.
So you really have to like separate yourself in order to make sure that you're not one of those college kids that do take a break or
Right.
like stop in the middle of a
And
semester.
I feel like a lot of people from New York, like they're like, oh yeah, I could just go back to the city and I'll be fine. And then they take enormous breaks, like get a retail job, and
They find themselves still. They do that here too, you know, our own.
No, I was having a big problem about like I didn't belong to New York or even America. I don't care about America. I care about my own country. But once I live here, so much in college, I feel a little bit different from his point of view, because sometimes I think maybe it's a good way to take a break, so-called, in the college thing and focus on study. And I think it made a good point about absolutely nothing and absolutely everything. Because when we were students here, we would say, oh, there's nothing in Pittsburgh. But once we talk to you guys, we can say actually there's absolutely everything around the city. And actually is the point that why we need to do this film, because we don't know Pittsburgh. We don't even care about Pittsburgh, but is help us to think about what is the city is we are staying in Pittsburgh. So I think there's a good film for us. And maybe
We appreciate too that you were curious enough to find out.
yeah, I think I'm gonna feel really bad about like after the whole project is done and I'm looking at the film, I'm gonna be like, wow man, I messed up my 4 years. This is not like
4 years actually. 4 years to stay with no word on our campus and no.
Yeah, there's so much more to learn, dude.
all right. Any other questions?
No, I think you're a fine group of kids. Thank you for coming into Koffee, and I'd be curious to see how that turns out. So you better get an A.
Okay.
I hope so.
Get an A.
We'll work hard.
No, give it the project to him.
He's leader. So
Of course he's a leader.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Sign